Okay, you ready? Five, four, three, two, one. Hey everybody, it's your girl Pearl.
And Stacy on the side. Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
doing good. About to strangle up a kitten.
Oh God, don't do that.
He's tripping on everything. Wow, I wish I had his energy.
Yep, same.
Hope
To be
everybody's
young.
good. Yes,
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
I remember those days.
So today's episode is called Mabon Magic. Ooh.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, you ready for some tea?
Let's start pouring.
All right. So I got my red solo cup. Cheers.
I'll fill you up. Let's. Okay, stop with the
That's
Toby.
right. We're gonna party like a druid over here. I swear it. So let's go ahead and take care of a few things of the need to knows.
Okay, who needs to know?
One is no more Patreon. I'm done with Patreon. That's a thing in the past. Um, but instead, we're doing the Pearl services. So if you're interested in that, definitely send me an email at Wiccan Ways Podcast at outlook.com. And I'll be more than happy to help you. We have everything from pendulum, tarot cards, from palmistry, and even mediumship. So there's quite a few options that you have available. And it will be available via Zoom. So we'll be talking face to face. You'll get that special time with me. I get that special time with you. And I can answer all of the questions that you may have. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. I mean, you can even do it for a friend. And in this episode, we are going to do a tarot card pulling. It's going to be for the Mabon spread.
Okay.
So that's exciting. We do have an episode of Mabon already available. So if you just scroll on back, you will find it there for you. It's not too far down. That just gives you the gist of it. It gives you an idea of what everything is about, things that you could do. But I think on this episode, I want to kind of dive deeper into the cultural history of it, and then we can go from there. Um,
Uh, Sounds
Now, as
good.
far as like, yeah. So as far as like my weekend went, I went to a Mothman festival. That was
A
kind of
what?
interesting. Mothman,
Moth man.
Mothman,
Okay.
Mothman.
That's what we
I
should have
told,
done today. Mothman.
I know
And
I
tell
want to
us
watch the
about
movie.
Mothman.
So, Mothman is this flying being that has red eyes, allegedly, and it happens to appear before major disasters all around the world. Um, there's a place here in West Virginia, it's in Point Pleasant, and a bridge had collapsed. Um,
That was horrible.
Killed, yeah, killed many people.
46,
Very
I believe.
sad. And then I saw newspaper clippings in the little museum there. We stopped by there, and I
Did
did
you?
make a TikTok. Yep, I did make a TikTok. I haven't posted it on Instagram or anything yet because we got in kind of late last night. But we had a good time. Me and my husband did.
How did
We
he
got there
enjoy it?
when they were, it was okay. We got there when they were closing down a little bit. So I
Why?
think, well, it was Sunday, like around 4:30, 5 o'clock by the time we got there. So a lot of people were packing up, getting ready to end.
Oh,
Yeah, but we're still glad we went. I still got some videos. I was still able to get inside the museum right before they closed. Um, so
That
It
sounds
was a
exciting.
nice it was a nice little road trip, with my husband. It was very sweet.
Wow.
Just that little bit of time together.
Can't remember the last time I had any private time with my husband.
Yeah, you need
Wow.
to make a date night. Yeah, definitely you should.
Need a
I
date
recommend
weekend.
everybody do that with your significant other.
Yes. Need to spend that time.
One-on-one, no kids, no distractions, because we're in the
Not that,
mountains, so it's not like I could be on my phone.
oh, yeah.
So, but that was that. So if you want, check out those videos on Wicked Ways podcast. And I got a little bit more I got to upload as well. I've just been at work all day and then coming home, taking care of all of the farm animals. Well, it's not like a lot of farm animals. I mean, I got like 30 chickens. I counted 30. Um,
Um, y'all
five
considering getting an
cats,
emu?
5 cats, and two dogs. Say what
An
now?
emu?
Not yet, but I have a chicken named Emu, and I'll show you.
No.
I do that. It's my two gray girls. They looked like a little
Well,
ostrich and an emu when they were younger. They looked a little crazy.
wow.
So, before I do my whole big spiel I have, my sister, what
Yes.
do you have in your notes?
Okay. Let me get them out. I had to hide it from the baby cat. He was attacking him. My paw.
Oh, wait, just kidding. I got
Uh-oh.
one more while you look up your
Ah!
stuff. Um,
Okay.
no, I'll save it for the end. I'll save it for last. We'll do it last. I gotta make y'all wait. It's exciting. Haha, you gotta listen to the whole episode. You can't just listen to the good stuff and then skip. Sorry.
All right. So, my Sarah, my sick cat, my old cat.
How's she doing? Better?
She's slowly getting her energy back, but I'm about to throw something at the baby cat. The baby cat's trying to aggravate her.
You gonna throw her a baby cat?
No, the baby cat's on the computer chair looking down at my 14-year-old cat. She
Oh,
was been sick.
yeah.
Okay. Hmm. So my notes are your notes.
You go first because I'm going to have a lot to say. So I
Okay.
figured I'd get
So
yours out the way.
Mabon,
It's Ma, like
Ma,
M-A,
Bone, Boone, Bon.
B-U-N, bun. Ma
I love
bun.
B-O-N.
It is, but that's how you say it.
Oh, okay. That's,
Yeah.
oh, let me do that.
Like Ma.
And FYI, if anybody's new or don't know, I'm horrible at pronouncing words. Seriously. I'm really
Same.
bad.
Me
When I
too.
lived in Florida and they had a lot of Indian names for cities and towns, oh Lord, it
You
was
butcher the
bad.
crap out of those names,
I
didn't you?
did. And
Oh,
it
poor
took
stuff.
me,
Hey, it's your girl Pearl, and I would love to tell you about this business called the Salty Lunatics Treasure Trove. They have all kinds of amazing things, included 3D wood burning portraits. You can have one done of your animal. Yes, couples, this is for you too. Will make an excellent anniversary gift. How about your child's drawing? You can surprise them and get it wood burned to last forever. How about beautiful mandalas? They're also available in 3D as well. They can even engrave your logo into just about anything. Rocks, wood, steel, glass, and so much more. Each piece will be custom made, and if you want to save some money, tell them your girl Pearl sent you for an additional 10% off of your order. You guys, they even have stamps. How amazing is that? Each piece is designed by this amazing laser. To learn more about this and everything else, please visit thesaltylunatics.com for more information.
it took me 3 years to learn how to pronounce some of them. Oh my goodness.
Same here. There's like a canal river it looks like it says Kanawha, but it's not. It's just Kanawha. And that was an Indian tribe here in West Virginia, along with the Shawnees. I had to
Oh,
learn my inhabitants first before I moved somewhere. Okay, guys. So,
yeah.
you got to know your people that was here before you and have some respect for them.
Because the land,
Pay
Earth is
homage.
old.
Yeah.
Earth is very old. Way many people before our time.
And then, okay, so here's something fucked up thinking. So, you know how like the Europeans had came in and like took away all of the land and stuff from the natives,
Yes, I know the
indigenous.
history.
So, what if,
American Indians.
yeah, yeah. So, what if, because this is like a new whole migration, we got a lot of people coming in from other countries currently.
Yes,
It's a free pass right now, I remember a whole bunch, even Afghans had came here whenever we had that withdrawal there. So what if all of these people are coming in to give us our karma back and take away all of our lands and homes and stuff to make room for them? Because
it's not karma.
didn't the governor already told people to like in New York to open up, no, not the governor, the mayor of New York City had asked the people to open up their homes and stuff to immigrants.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where we're at, folks. Sorry. But I don't know. Do you think
It
that's like a karma or
no, because this is one person or one administration's doing. And unfortunately, there is a lot of people dying due to that. And a lot of them are kids. A lot of the kids are being sex trafficked. They're slaves coming over, and that's what they are. They are slaves.
modern day
And
slavery is human trafficking, in case y'all don't know?
sex trafficking as well. But
Yeah, well, that's part
labor
of
for
it.
the adults. It's so I. It's a different type of situation. Um,
So I'm only mentioning this immigrants because we're going to be talking a little bit about some Irish culture and
mhm.
how we came to celebrate the Mabon today. So it is Mabon, like Mabun. That's how you're going to say it.
My
Um,
bun,
Mabon. Yeah. I call it
my
Mabon.
bun.
Just like with a little accent at the end, like French or something. But I am French, but still. Um,
Some French.
because because
We're the
this whole
melting pot.
entire harvest season had did come from the Irish culture. So that's why in order for us to know about it, the people had to come here, right? To
Hmm.
America so we can learn all of this stuff and learn from each other and it's weird because almost every culture around the world celebrates, excuse me, the equinox. And that's what we're falling into is the autumn equinox. So, and they all have harvest, they all hunt, they all grow food, because if not, they're starving and they're dead. Yeah. So, it just ties in together with the culture. That's why I mentioned that. But sorry, let's just move on. Let's just move on. So, what do you got, sis? What do you got?
Okay, so my bun is also known as the pagan Thanksgiving. It's a harvest
Yeah.
celebration that falls around towards the end of September.
September 21st through the 23rd, typically.
Mm. Cultures around the world mark the harvest season, ancient rituals, feasting, Thanksgiving, the abundance of the earth. We give thanks for the earth, what comes from the earth, um, and use that time to prepare for winter. We are located in the Western Hemisphere, so it also is marks the fall equinox. And that is
Equinox.
where, yes, that is where the day and the night have the closest timing of the same amount of time.
Right.
12
It's like
hours of
with the
light, 12 hours
spring
a day.
equinox. Yeah. It's the
But
equal
in
amounts of
the,
day and night.
yes, in the southern hemisphere, we're in the northern hemisphere, sorry. In the
Yeah, we're
southern
in the northern.
hemisphere, they would have the spring equinox. I told you
Yep.
I'm bad at pronouncing words, so just work with me, please. Thank you very much. So,
Because
but
the
it's a
sun
very
is moving
powerful
closer
time.
to them while it's moving away from us, because the sun does this dance in a spiral, which is why I'm going to use Game of Thrones again, because if you watch Game of Thrones, they have all of these spirals with all of these bodies. Spoilers, with all of these bodies. And they're always talking about what winter is coming, winter is coming. Well, why the spiral? Well, that's because that's the sun's dance. It literally does a dance in a spiral. And as it's closer to us, that's when it's the summer. And as it moves away from us, past the equator, is where it becomes the winter. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The word Mabon,
Are you in a dilemma and you need some answers to your questions? What about the cards? What do they have in store for you? And what about these lines on your hand? What do they mean? And are you missing a person that's passed on? Well, if you answered yes to any of those questions, let me help you. Your answers are right here on the podcast. I have a few services that are available for you, including pendulum readings, tarot card readings, palmistry, and medium work. It starts as little as $5. Don't delay. Send your email today at wickedwayspodcast@outlook.com. And let's get you out of this turmoil that you're finding yourself in. And remember always, blessed to be.
is a term for the fall equinox. It's only about 55 years old, around that 50, around 55, 56 years old.
Started in the
So,
70s, 1970s.
let me see. And the name is borrowed from the Welsh mythology and lore. There's immediate, well, I'm sorry. Oh, I can't pronounce that word. We'll skip that.
So this sounds like a
Um,
lot of the stuff that has already been talked about in the Mabon
yes.
episode.
It's celebrating fall, celebrating the harvest that came from the summer and the fall, preparing for the winter. They share with neighbors, at least way back when, before grocery stores. Share foods to help everybody get through the winter. You give thanks again, and it's actually I love the fall. Fall and
Mm-hmm.
winters are my
Same.
favorite. And if due to scheduling conflicts, although you'll be a little bit late, you can do it at Thanksgiving. You can invite people over, and you can still give thanks to your deities, your god goddesses, and the earth.
So, do you have anything else?
I have a lot of stuff, but some of that's small writing, and I'm not trying to give myself a headache.
All right. So here are 8 fall equinox traditions that you probably haven't heard of. These are, outside of the box thinking, there's the yes, do your altar and everything. Go out there, pick some leaves. Yes, we
Pine
got that.
cones.
We covered all of that in the first
Have some
episode.
cider.
Yep. And some wine. It's also a good wine celebration.
It's very close to Thanksgiving. Celebration, giving thanks, big meals, feasts, appreciating what you have. Sorry.
So, one thing that you can do is celebrate Michaelmas and Goose Day.
I like that
What?
word. Okay, and those are, you're going to spell the first word.
Michaelmas, or the Feast of Saint Michael, is widely
Wow.
celebrated by Catholics and residents in the UK. The day was the first declared a holiday by Pope Glennis. I probably said that wrong. Genelius, maybe. Anyway, back in 487 I'm sorry, dyslexia. Give me a minute, folks. Okay.
487. Wow.
487 CE. So that's a long time ago. Way back in the way back. Like before
The year
probably
1000.
yeah, before Viking Age, okay, guys? Like this is how far back this was. In the UK, many people celebrated Michaelmas by feasting on a goose on September 29th. In the Middle Ages, residents owned rent to their landlords 4 times a year. Can you imagine paying rent only 4 times a year, folks? I'm
Yeah,
like,
but
I'm
it's
sorry.
probably
This is tradition. I don't pay once a month. I pay 4 times a year. That's all you get.
but you
Each
got to have
holiday,
the
each
three
solstice.
amounts.
That's it.
Wow.
Right? And Michaelmas was one of the first of those days. According to Century Daily's newspapers, residents would gift their landlords a goose in order to ensure that they could renew the lease. So give your landlord a goose. How entertaining would
Poor
that
geese.
be?
Mm.
Like a cooked one
Never
or
thought
a
of
live
eating that.
one? Because if it was a live one, then you can have the eggs for several
Ugh.
years, right?
Oh no. Ugh.
So while the feast is
Ah.
not widely celebrated in the US, there is one part of Pennsylvania that keeps the tradition alive. Restaurants in Milton County, Pennsylvania serves goose all day long. There were
Wow.
also goose calling contests and a 5K goose run to celebrate the ancient holiday. How fun would that be? Having a little goose run?
Is it the geese that are running, or is it kids and they just call it that?
I
Or
have
people
no
running?
idea, but that would just be so fun.
Goose run, or do they go and collect them?
So another thing that you can do
Hmm.
is to partake in a harvest celebration by Native Americans. So Native Americans around the US celebrated the autumnal, they celebrate the equinox differently depending on their tribe's traditions. So, like in Sedona, Arizona, Native Americans and other communities celebrated the equinox with a fall harvest. Native tribes in Arizona, including the Hopi and Mojave Indians, celebrate the equinox with autumn vision quest. Full moon celebrate, full moon ceremonies are held to honor the switch from the lightness to the darkness. At the end of the ceremony, which can last for days, people who participate in the feast on a blue corn pancakes. Interesting.
Yeah, it is.
So you can check out number 3, check out the Chinese Mooncake Festival for the
Okay.
equinox. One ancient legend has it that the moon is the base for the Chinese celebration of the fall equinox. During the Zhou dynasty, I probably said this shit all wrong, y'all. So excuse me. Okay. I'm going to link the article so y'all can check it out yourselves. Okay. So over 3,000 years ago, people worshiped the harvest moon in autumn in hopes that it would bring a plentiful harvest in the year to come. Mooncakes were eaten during the festivities that occurred during the harvest moon ceremonies. Keep want to say celebrations, but ceremonies. So there is one
Hmm.
in New York City that you can check out. Many Chinese cultural centers in New York, including the China Institute, work together to put a free event to celebrate the autumn equinox. Mooncakes are served along with other Chinese snacks, and kids can participate in traditional Chinese games and art projects. So that's something
Cool.
different for
Yeah.
Pennsylvania folks, for Arizona folks, for New York folks. I mean, let's see what happens. And like I said, get to know who your local Indian tribes are in your area and then maybe celebrate with them.
Yes, they a lot of times they would include public, would invite the public to certain ceremonies. Now,
Yeah,
don't just go walking up in there. Make sure you
right.
have their okays
Their
and
blessing. Yes. Make sure you reach out to like the event coordinator or something, or even if you know some native friends, talk to them. All right. So, number 4, enjoy pomegranates. That's something that we can all do.
pomegranate.
Pomegranates. So, in ancient Greece, the fall equinox is associated with the daughter of Zeus. Her name is, I'm going to fuck this up.
That's so funny.
Hmm, Persephone? Persephone? I don't know.
You can
But it's
spell
the
it.
daughter of Zeus, okay? So, and her return to the underworld to be with her husband, Hades, for the darker half of the year. According to Greeka.com, pomegranates were known as the fruits of the underworld, and
Oh
the
God.
daughter of Zeus would eat the seeds when she was there. So that's pretty cool.
So she only ate seeds?
Well,
Mm,
that's what she was known for.
mm, okay.
While there's not many specific festivals in the US that celebrate that Greek tradition of the fall equinox, you can celebrate on your own by cutting open a ripe pomegranate and enjoying some delicious pomegranate juice on September the 22nd. Number 5, you can honor your ancestors. It is common practice for people of the Japanese descent to use the fall equinox to honor their ancestors and past relatives. Many Japanese people participate by sweeping or decorating their ancestors' graves. You can participate in this tradition anywhere by bringing fall flowers or candies to the graves of your loved ones. In San Francisco, you can partake in the Japanese tradition honoring your ancestors by attending the fall equinox ceremony at the San Francisco Zen Center on September 22nd. So, like you all know now, I've had a miscarriage and I do have a grave in the backyard. So, I can definitely put some flowers on that grave for my baby. I already put a little jack-o'-lantern lamp there. Um,
Did you?
so, yeah, it did. When I decorated a little bit in the house for Halloween or Salvin. All right. So, you can 6, party like a druid. Whoop, whoop, raise a roof. Okay. Not a white person. I'm sorry. Don't party like a white person, but a druid. Okay.
A
Put that roof
druid.
down.
Druid. Druid. Druid.
Party like a druid. So the
I
festival of the
recognize that
autumn,
name.
what, druid?
Yes.
It's part of like Celtics.
Okay.
Yeah. So the festival of the autumn equinox for the Jewry is called the Albane Effort, which accordingly to druidry.com means the light of the water. So you can celebrate the balance of the day and night before the balance swings and nights overjoys the day. As you can tell, the sun is starting to get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, earlier and earlier. So make sure you keep that light of the water handy. So in Europe, what? In Europe, Neo-Druids gather at Stonehenge
Dun, 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 dun.
to celebrate a bountiful harvest and to welcome the dark half of the year. You can celebrate at home by using ingredients harvested from your own garden and cook a feast for you and your loved ones. Number 7, you can make a visit to an ancient observatory, 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 yeah, observatory in Chaco Canyon. So the Chaco Canyon Sun Dagger is a historic site where the Anunnaki skywatchers used large slabs of stone in a system of carved spirals. Remember, I was talking about how the sun does a spiral
Mm-hmm.
to show how the sun changes location in the sky. According to Smith-Orian magazine, during the equinoxes, you can watch how light passes through the spiral to create a complex rock art. That's pretty neat. You can do that in
Yeah.
Farmington, New Mexico, and it is hosted on the equinox celebration. And the Chaco Canyon National Historic Park also has a hosted night sky viewing during the equinox. I told you guys in the previous episode, like for history, they've done nothing but watch the stars and their movements and where they are during certain times of the year. It's in during certain times of the years, it passes through little windows and everything. So you have it down mapped and it's legit. All right. Now, number 8, finally, because I suck at reading. God, I get so
No,
tongue-tied and
you're not.
dyslexic. It's just too much. And then I get nervous and my anxiety. All right, so 8. Let's bring it back down to earth, okay, folks? Let's stay here. Let's get our head out of the stars and let's focus and get grounded. So, throughout history and all over the world, people have celebrated the fall equinox by honoring the changes in nature. This fall equinox, you can do the same by stepping outside to admire the changing leaves, going apple or pumpkin picking, making your way to the local farmer market to stock up on the bounty of this year's harvest.
Okay.
All right. So I did touch bases with you guys telling you that this is a Celtic celebration, which a lot of our history and current Christian traditions all
Mm-hmm.
stem from paganism. So the Celtics, they really honor the green man. All right. So they pay homage to the green man, who is considered to be the god of the forest, by pouring limitations for the trees. So at this time, it is permissible to make the offerings of cider and wines, as well as other herbs and fertilizer. I don't want to
Okay.
go too much into that. Um, but they do, all right, so at Mabon, they chop down of the John berry corn is symbolized by the use of 3 stalks of locally gathered barley that is knotted together with a riff, raffia, raffia, and a little bit of red wool. Red wool? That makes me think a little Red Riding Hood. So,
Crazy.
which probably where this came from. So the folk tale known as the ritual of John Barleycorn is meant to symbolize the planting growth and the final sacrifice or harvesting of corn. It is told that in this form of a ritual, it was Mabon is known as the period when mysteries may be revealed. It is appropriate to pay homage to the spirit world at this time, and it is also a time to be considered of the equilibrium. And it is during this time that we take a break, relax, and take pleasure in what we have produced and the result of our individual labors. Rather, those labors have been directed towards the care of our gardens, our families, or any projects that we have been working on. Speaking of projects, I've got to finish my back patio, and I'm going to have to do that and then celebrate. That's definitely what I want to do.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. So, what exactly is the story of John Barleycorn? John Barleycorn is a figure that appears in English mythology. He is said to persify the harvest of barley that takes place in the fall. In addition to this, he is symbolic for the magnificent beers and whiskeys that can be produced from barley, as well as the benefits of these beverages have. So drink up, Buttercup. It's
I
healthy,
am drinking.
apparently.
I'm drinking black tea. So
So in Celtic mythology, Mabon is the period when, according to folklore, the god of light is vanquished by the god of darkness, which resulted in the lengthening of the night. Mabon is a son of Modron, the great goddess of the earth, according to Celtic tradition. After his birth, Mabon was abducted for 3 days, which caused light to go into hiding. In addition, Mabon represents the masculine character that's associated with the harvest. All right. So, what do you think about scarecrows?
I'm not a fan of them. They're kind of scary. Sorry. I've watched Jeepers Creepers.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
part two. I don't know. They just certain ones are cute. You know, the one that has little like the boy and the girl, and they're cute. They sell everywhere. But um, I don't like scarecrows.
So, did you know that children used to be the scarecrows?
What?
Yep,
They
they
used to.
would run in like the fields and they would gather like two wooden boards and they would clap at it to scare off the crows from eating the rice or the corn or whatever you're growing at the time.
Yeah, the crops.
Yep,
Wow.
yep. And there's like this whole spiel about it. I do want to go into it, but I'm kind of embarrassed right now because I've been stumbling on my words so much.
Maybe I'll not have wine next time.
It's not the wine, it's just me. I'm stupid.
No, you're not. Oh my gosh. Please.
So,
We just weren't given the pronunciation DNA. We didn't inherit.
and so scarecrows in America, right? So
Mm-hmm.
scarecrows are also found in Native American cultures in some parts of what is now Virginia and the Carolinas. Before the white man arrived, adult men sat on raised platforms and shouted at birds or ground animals that came near the crops. Some native tribes discovered that soaking corn seeds in a poisonous herb mixture deterred birds as well, although one has to wonder how the corn would taste to people. In Southwest, some Native American children had a contest to see who could make the most frightening scarecrow. And the Zuni tribe used lines of cedar poles strung up with cords in animal skins to keep birds away.
Oh.
Right? This is pretty interesting. So scarecrows also came to North America as waves of immigrants left Europe. Remember how I mentioned this earlier? This is kind of why,
Oh, okay.
because it kind of tied into this episode. So oh wait, okay, I missed one. All right, so scarecrows that left Europe, German settlers in Pennsylvania brought with them the Busa man, the hold on, Bootsman or boogeyman, which stood guard over the fields. Sometimes a female counterpart was added to the opposite end of the field or orchard. During the heyday of America's agriculture period, scarecrows became popular. But following World War II, farmers realized that they could accomplish a lot more by spraying their crops with pesticides like DDT. This went on until the late 1960s when it was discovered that pesticides are actually bad for you.
Duh.
Nowadays, although you don't see a lot of scarecrows guarding fields, they are extremely popular as fall decorations. And in rural countries, scarecrows are still in use. So, using a scarecrow in magic today, you can incorporate scarecrows into your own magical workings. And with the best part of this, your neighbors won't even know what you're up to.
Oh,
Obviously, you can place a scarecrow in your garden to protect your crops from birds and other pesky critters. In addition, though, you may want to display one in your front porch or at the edge of your property to keep intruders away. For a little magical boost, place a protective stone such as a hammonite inside of its body. You can also stuff it with protective herbs like violet, thistle, honeysuckle, and fennel.
that's cool. I still don't like
So,
scarecrows.
yeah, because anyone who watches horror movies regular knows just how creepy scarecrows can be.
I could deal with clowns. I can't. I'm not a fan of scarecrows.
So, on the flip side, sometimes they are fun and decorated in a country cute style or city like lovable if I only had a brain type of Wizard of Oz. Although they haven't always looked the same as they do now. Scarecrows have been around for a long time,
Hmm.
and some have used them in a number of different cultures. So they used them in the ancient world with um, in Greece. They have wooden statues that were placed in fields, carved to represent Priapus. Priapus,
I don't know. We're not Greek
right?
or Italian.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So, although
Um,
he was the son of Aphrodite, Prophus was also hideously ugly. So they used the sun for
wow.
his face. Wow, how mean. Bullying has been around forever. Just like, oh, just make a cardboard copy of Aphrodite over there. He's ugly.
Wow.
That will scare the crows. Oh. So he was a hideous guy, but he was most prominent feature about him was his constant and huge erection. Birds tended to avoid fields where Propius
Really?
resided. Well, I mean, he's up tall.
Good Lord.
I'm just reading the article, it's not my script.
Wow.
This is learnreligions.com.
So he was
Okay.
ugly as shit, but hey, he had a big one. Wow.
Well, it's just because he was big in the crops and it scared the birds. Not that he was big down there,
Oh, my bad.
but up there, like he's just tall,
That's where my thoughts went
peeping
to.
over the corn.
Oh,
God,
wow.
sister. God.
My bad. My bad.
So, as the Greek influence spread into Roman territory, Roman farmers soon adopted the same practice.
Wow.
So, even it was also used in Japan in their rice fields, but theirs was called a kakashi.
Hakatachi?
Kakashi. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
So, old dirty rags and some noisemakers like bells and sticks are mounted onto a pole in the field, and then it was lit on fire. The
Oh,
flames and probably the smell kept birds and other animals away from the rice fields.
makes sense.
Kakashi meant something stinky. Eventually, Japanese farmers began making scarecrows that looked like people in raincoats and hats. Sometimes they were equipped with weaponry to make them look even more frightening. Don't want to be running through a cornfield and over that side of town.
Mm,
Scarecrow with a gun, man, that'd be pretty scary.
yeah.
Like, oh God, don't
Wow.
shoot. So, during the Middle
Crazy.
Ages in Britain and Europe, small children worked as crow scarers. Their job was to run around in the fields, clapping blocks of wood together to frighten birds away that might eat the grain. As the medieval period wound down, the populations decreased due to plague. Farmers discovered that there was a shortage of spare children to skipper around
What?
to shoot birds away. That sounds awful.
Spare children?
Yes.
Ooh.
Instead, they stuffed old
Mm,
clothes with straw, placed a turnip or a ground top on the top, and mounted that figure in the woods. I mean, in the fields. They soon found out that these lifelike guardians did a pretty good job at keeping the crows away. Yay, I'm done with my spiels.
that's some interesting information, though.
It really was. I thought I'd change it up a little bit to give it something different for this episode.
I mean, if you would think around, a lot of the traditions of pagans and Wiccans go all the way back because Christianity got some of its celebrations and things from the pagans. So makes sense.
Very true. So I'm going to do a Mabon spread. Who can this be for? Do you want one, sister? Oops.
Go for it. I don't
Well,
mind. Let's share it all. But
I think
don't
it's
drop
been a
me
while since you had a reading.
a little bit since I've seen you in person last.
Yeah. So we're doing a bond spread. It's going to have a consistent of 6 cards.
Okay.
So let's cut them real quick so I can pick the 6 and talk to you about them. All right. So the first card is going to be what has fully matured and ready for harvest. Then is going to be your 9 of Cups. It's a pretty card.
Yes, it is. And I like that.
So I'll lay that one down. We'll come back to and I'll read you the definitions.
Works for me.
2 is going to be what needs to be left behind. Ooh, I'm so sorry, sister. You got the
What
Two
is
of
that?
Cups.
Okay.
Two of
And
Cups. Okay. So the cups, guys, just as a refresher, this deals with emotional stuff. All right, three is what could you use to balance at this time? Oh God,
Oh, why do you
you
say
got
that?
seven of cups. You got all these emotions going on. Are you okay? Like, still
Hey,
gonna check on you.
we, mm,
All right, so what journey do you have ahead of you? This is the
life.
hangman.
Oh God, really? That just don't sound good.
It looks like Mothman.
Hey, I'll be
All right,
coming up there next month.
next is number five. And what is going to help you through these darker months? Do you really want to know?
Yeah, duh.
The devil.
What the hell? Oh God, come on now. I gotta watch my phrasing.
And what is the message from your guides? I'm glad this went to you and not me.
Oh, thank you very much.
Just remember, you still have the world. That is your message from
That
the
is
guides.
true. That is true.
Yes. God, you just got all these emotions going on, sister.
Actually, yeah, I agree with that.
You have a lot going on.
Well, doesn't everyone?
Yeah.
Look at the world.
So the first one was what has fully matured and is ready for your harvest? That is bliss and harmony for you, my sister.
Blessed
At
harmony.
last, yeah, bliss and harmony is ready for you to harvest. It's right there. All you got to do is just get it. Okay. You just need to grab it. So at last, the card of wishes come true. When the Nine of Cups appears, worries and fears will be cast away. A new phase of peace and harmony awaits. The world seems to be granting your every wish. Good health, happiness, and even material gains are heading your way. Enjoy.
I hope to.
All right. So, what needs to be left behind? Now, earlier in this episode, you did mention that you and your husband need to do more dates and stuff, which
Yes.
I did find it fitting that you did get the Two of Cups because that is your romance, that is love, that is connection. And it says that it has been left behind. And you already confirmed that. So say hello to the much adored Two of Cups. When this card appears, you can anticipate a new love to be heading your way. And yes, this usually means romance, but sometimes it points to a birth of a dear and lasting friendship. Either way, the connection between you two will be pure, honest, and solid. Open your heart and get ready. But this could just be symboling to
Reconnecting.
exactly just getting back into that because you've been putting this on the back burner. And I think it's time for you to ignite that spark again.
Yeah, maybe that's a warning.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's saying you need to make that a priority. You need to make time for you guys.
Got the message, and I agree.
Yeah. So next is what you could use to balance at this time. And you have the Seven of Cups. Um, and that's illusion and deception. So you need to balance that out. The Seven of Cups is not the most welcome card and indicates that you'll face temptation. So no cheating, sister, because your love is on the back burner
Okay.
in
That's
many
never.
aspects of your life, whether if it's cheating for pleasure or for money. Mm. You'll soon realize
Wow. Okay.
you'll soon realize you've been building a house of cards. You may feel as though you can't see clearly, can't judge right from wrong, up or down. This is the spell of the Seven of Cups. It is best to remove yourself for a while, step back until you see straight again. But I think you just need to spend your money a little bit more wisely, in my opinion, on this,
And
so
spend
you
some time
can
with my husband.
and spend some time with your husband. So, or either he is not getting that wandering eye too,
Yeah.
it could go both ways.
Yep. I believe that. Not that I think anything, but yeah, I can.
You can see it.
Companionship, when you don't have it, you look for it.
Hmm. And so, what journey do you have ahead of you? And that is
Life.
sacrifice and letting go. That's what the hangman means. It means that many people talk about the art of letting go, but what does that really mean? How do you achieve it? The hangman has all the answers. He's the master of the non-attachment. This card implies there's a sacrifice or a difficult or painful situation coming up in your life. Though you naturally want to resist and struggle through it, be more like the hangman. Find stillness, open your eyes, and use this new perspective to learn something. You're stuck here either way. So looks like you're still stuck at mom's. That's what this card means for
And I
you.
was just looking around.
Where were you?
That
So it says, what can help you through it? And it says the devil.
means acting like
But
a bitch. No, I'm joking.
actually addiction and negativity. So that's something you need to rebalance. And though it may feel frightening when the devil appears in your reading, this card carries a urgent message. You must be interpreted with total honesty. The darkness of this devil card takes the form of addiction, negativity, and materialism. I mean, you're spending too much, child. Save some money. You're addicted to spending. You're addicted to going to the store. You're addicted to just
No, it's
spending
just
money.
trying to make my kids happy, so I'm spending. That's what a lot of it is.
Well, that's what you need to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice your kids' happiness for the right
No, not.
now. Listen, for the right now, so you can give them a lifetime happiness of their own place, of their own rooms for the future.
I
It's
think
worth
it's
the
more of
sacrifice.
the guilt of their father and all of that that I try to make up.
Well, you can make up with
And
that by just spending time with them, even if it's a boring old card game of Goldfish or those board games, like Connect Four or Monopoly or something.
no, no,
You can
I
still
like,
spend time with them and make them
yeah,
feel important and loved, because that's something that and you tell
yeah.
yourself there's always tomorrow, but was tomorrow ever coming for that? But
Well, tomorrow's never
it can,
promised.
yeah, it can indicate an ugly relationship with a person or substance. Identify this dependency and how it's holding you back. The devil hooves are strong and relentless. Their grip will not loosen until a conscious change is made. Free yourself. And the message from the guides was the world. And I think that's one of the good cards. Oh, let me
I
find
hope
it.
so. Lord have mercy.
It is the very last card. It would be the wholeness and completion. Once you get through all of this, you need to connect with your husband. You need to save money. You need to move out. And in order to move out, you need to sacrifice some of the things that you're doing right now that is materialized so you can have the whole world here, okay? So this is wholeness and completion. The world is the final card in the journey of the major arcana. Excuse me, arcana. It signifies completion, harmony, and contentment. It's rare to see and experience this energy as we are usually consumed by wanting, needing, and achieving. So when these cards appear, contemplate for a moment the idea of being whole. What will make you whole? Focus on the image of the card. Close your eyes and envision this radiating energy inside of you. Look at it.
All right. Wait a minute. I wonder if I could do this. Hold on.
Look
Okay.
at the card.
I took a screenshot of it.
Focus on this image, on this card. Close your eyes and envision this radiating energy inside of you. What does it feel like? Where is it located? And what blocks you from feeling this sense of wholeness each and every day of your life?
Okay. I got a couple screenshots.
So you know what you need to do now. It's very clear. The cards
Now I
they
have to
never lie.
prioritize and figure out
You
how to
do.
go about achieving.
You suck up to your husband.
That's step one. Step one.
Tell him and have a nice heart-to-heart talk with him. Tell him your
We
new
need to get away for
plans.
the weekend.
Tell him your new plans. No, you need to sacrifice spending money. You need to be saving so you can feel whole and complete in your own house. Won't that feel good? Don't you envision that waking up, making coffee in your own house?
Duh.
Right, in West Virginia.
I was waiting for that.
Near your sister. Won't that make you feel whole? That will make me feel whole.
That'll make me feel happy.
That will complete the circle of life.
Now
So
it's just at a
you,
good.
you gotta save some money. You gotta cut back on these bags of chocolates.
No, well, for
Nah,
kids mostly,
yeah,
believe it or
it's
not.
money. Just remember, close your eyes and envision eating that Snickers or eating them M&Ms or them Hershey Kisses. To say, I had that before, right now I need to focus on this. And then just shift that energy to doing something else. Even if it's starting to packing. Once you start packing and you start seeing things like start stacking up, then that's really going to motivate you to get everything reorganized and cleaned up, ready to go. You just need a house to put it in.
I just need energy to do it.
Step by step. Chocolate is not going to give you energy. Eat a banana.
Well, there's potassium in that.
There you go. Better for you anyways. And it's probably cheaper. You can get a whole bunch of bananas for a bag of Hershey Kisses. Things are getting expensive. So anyways, in order of this Mabon, I wanted to show you one of my other ghost paintings I did with the thrift store trend.
Okay. Let's see it. The pterodactyl.
That is a pterodactyl. How'd you know?
I see it.
I see a pterodactyl here in West Virginia and in North Carolina. So I thought it was a funny little story to add to my little ghost painting. You know, little
Okay,
ghost.
that's cool.
I added the ghost there. I added those leaves on the tree.
And the reflection in the water.
Yeah, I added that. I added all this,
Okay.
and all of
So what was
this.
the original?
Um, it was just a church.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the church.
Was
Where's church? Oh, duh. Yeah, I see it now in the background. Duh.
Yeah, I got my ghost light. Do you see that? While
Yeah.
my husband's over there fishing, I'm like, it's a pterodactyl. And he's like, I don't care. He's like, I'm trying to catch my bass.
That's
All right,
funny.
my folks. I think that is all for this episode. Oh, but that's right. I wanted to tell you the secret of
Dun, dun.
what I'm going to do for this Mabon. So Saturday, I plan on painting the rest of my porch, getting that done. And then I'm going to make an amazing dinner. I'm going to cook maybe a whole chicken, I'm thinking. Not
Oh,
mine,
wow.
not mine,
Oh,
but
God,
just like
please
a whole
don't.
chicken.
Oh,
Yet.
I like them. I like your chickens.
Yeah, for my food.
Oh,
The little butt nuggets or their eggs.
I like them too.
And I'm gonna cook a whole chicken. And then I am going to be on TikTok live at
Oh, are you?
7 o'clock. And I'm gonna do some tarot, maybe. But definitely drinking wine, more than likely.
Uh, Lord.
It's my bond. You got to.
What's today's date? Not yet.
7 is 18,
18th.
but I'll
Right
be
now.
celebrating on the 23rd. But at work, I'm gonna dress in browns and stuff that day. All right, everyone. This is Pearl signing out this mug.
And Stacy on the side saying, catch you later.
You don't have to say Stacy on the side when you're leaving. It's just when you're
I'm still on the
joining.
side. I'm always on the side. Didn't you read my cards? Hello.
Oh, you're
I'm
not the
not living
side.
life.
You're
I'm
not
just
the
on the
side
side
bitch.
of life.
You're not the side bitch. You're the main bitch.
Got to get the
But
priorities
you
right.
better step it up before there is a side bitch.
Hey.
Oh.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. All right, everyone. This is Pearl signing out this mug.
And Stacy's saying, catch you later.
Let's peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.